Welcome back to Golden Cloud Recruitment System. Today's tutorial video focuses on a crucial aspect of any recruitment agency, which is the request section. This section comprises 5 distinct subsections, each meticulously designed to enhance the success of every recruitment request. So let's delve into the details to ensure a comprehensive understanding of this pivotal component in the recruitment process. In the Recruitment Requests subsection, you gain direct access to a comprehensive table providing a real-time overview of all recruitment requests and their current status, as you can all see. This powerful tool empowers you with critical information at a glance, ensuring a swift and informed decision-making process. So within this meticulously designed table, key details are presented for your convenience. Here we have the customer's name. You can easily identify the clients associated with each recruitment request, streamlining your workflow and organization. Also here we have the Musan's contract number. You can also access crucial information to the Musan's contracts for each customer, ensuring transparency and complaints. Here we have the visa number. As a user, you can stay informed about the visa numbers associated with each recruitment request, facilitating efficient tracking and documentation. Also here in this subsection, you can notice that it's about the worker's information. So as a user, you gain insights into the selected workers for each customer, providing a comprehensive view of the recruited workforce. So one of the key features also within this table is this column, which is the days left. Actually, we call it the days left countdown. Note that recruitment requests fall into 2 categories: those handled on the Musanid platform for domestic labor and those for professional labor outside the platform. The system calculates durations accordingly using the contract date within Musanid for internal requests, and for external requests like professional laborers, the duration is computed from the date of the formal request submission. This systematic approach guarantees precise and consistent recruitment timeline calculation, ensuring an efficient and transparent process for both domestic and professional workforce recruitment. So, as a Saudi office, our first responsibility is to initiate the recruitment request for our valued customers. To kickstart this process, we simply click on the Add Request button. And then a pop screen will appear to you presenting with 2 crucial parts, request information and financial information. So let's begin with giving a quick overview of the request information. In this part, you need to specify essential elements. Firstly, you need to select the client for whom you want to initiate the recruitment request. So when you click on this field, all the customers that you have within your customer database will appear to you. Afterwards, you need to select the request type, as there are several types available for selection based on the client's need. Here we have according to specifications, in search of availability, and requested. So this will be defined based on the client's preferences. Afterwards, you are required to input specific visa details provided by the client for the worker's recruitment. So this includes information like the visa type. When you click on this field, a drop-down list will appear to you containing all the visa types that are available within Musanid. You select the available one. Afterwards, you need to input the visa number and the visa date. Additionally, you must enter information such as the border number and Musanid's contract number. So once you have completed these details, proceed to input the fundamental characteristics requested by the client to be present in the recruited worker. So you need to start by specifying the worker's nationality, followed here by the gender, if it's a male or female. Subsequently, you need to identify and indicate the occupation of the worker, along with details such as the religion, the worker's age, and the worker's experience. And then here we have this field, which is the work city. You can see that this field is mandatory. It's not optional. So you need to identify the work city, of course, based on the worker preferences also. And the last thing that we have here is the preferences. Here we have a lot of skills. So you need to select the skills based on the customer's preferences for the recruited worker. For example, the client wants the worker to know how to cook. So all you have to do is to click on the skill itself, and then it will transfer to the other side. And here we have, for example, university qualifications. Maybe he wants the worker to be single, and so on. So after completing all these informations, ensure that the recruitment request aligns precisely with the client's specifications and needs, and facilitates a smooth and accurate recruitment process. So in the financial data part, when entering basic information for a request, such as the age, religion, and experience of the worker, pricing is dynamically retrieved from the predefined rates in the accounting section. The system automatically calculates prices based on the entered rates. So if specifications for nationality or experience of a labor are inputted and no prices are displayed, it indicates that the rates haven't been set in the pricing section. So in such cases, certain fields may remain undefined and set to 0. So users have the flexibility to manually input and adjust these values as needed. This feature allows for adaptability when rates are not predefined, ensuring accurate financial data input and management by the user. So, upon completion of entering both financial information and the request information and ensuring the accuracy of all provided data, you can initiate the recruitment request. A very small note that the create button will appear here to you after filling in all the mandatory and essential fields within both parts. So this is everything about the recruitment request form. So before diving into the recruitment process, it's crucial to highlight some vital information. All steps and recruitment status are seamlessly integrated with the status existing in the external Musanid platform, linked with both the Saudi office and the foreign offices. Furthermore, the system accommodates variations in the recruitment status from one country to another, allowing users to independently specify the status for each country. So basically, this feature streamlines the workflow, making it easier to manage and track each request. Moreover, each status, as presented in the video, can be assigned specific permissions for individual employees. So, for example, customer service representatives may be granted permission to create requests and input necessary data. But in more advanced stages in the recruitment process, designated employees can assume responsibility for a specific status, overseeing them until completion. So this flexibility ensures efficient delegation of tasks and responsibility. So we can consider it as optimizing the overall recruitment process. So in this example, we have a fresh recruitment request and we will dive into the comprehensive features and functionalities. So now we need to dive into the exciting world of request status feature between our Saudi office and the external office. So as a Saudi office, as I said before, it's our responsibility to initiate a request for a valued customer. So now let's walk through the process. So When we add a new request for a customer, the initial status you will encounter is processing. This status indicates that the wheels are in motion and our team is actively working on fulfilling the customer's needs. So this processing, this processing status serves as the starting point in our request journey. It's a crucial phase where our Saudi office takes charge, ensuring a seamless experience for our customer. So now that we have set the request status to processing, the next crucial step is to select a worker who aligns perfectly with our customer's needs and preferences. Remember that when the customer initiates the recruitment process, they specify certain preferences for the future worker, things like gender, occupation, experience, and even religious preferences, as I showed you before in the request information. And as a Saudi office, we add these recruitment requests, capturing all these details that the customer has carefully chosen. So before diving into the request status part, I just want to highlight on something very important. That the system is equipped with a sophisticated notification and alert mechanism, offering a versatile array of communication channels, including text messages, emails, and WhatsApp messages. Notably, users possess the capability to tailor automated notifications for clients, providing real-time updates on the status of their requests. This innovative feature empowers users to select both the preferred notification method and the specific status event that triggers alerts to clients, thereby streamlining the communication process without necessitating manual intervention. So basically, this automated notification system serves as a pivotal tool in enhancing communication efficacy, ensuring seamless updates for clients and fostering a transparent and informed perspective on the progress of their request. So now it's time to select a worker. Select and click on the status itself, and then a small pop screen will appear presenting you with key information such as the customer's details, internal office informations, visa numbers, and Musan's contract number. And here you will find a button that allows you to kickstart the worker selection process. It's an exciting phase where we match the customer's preferences with the skills and qualities of potential workers. So once you have clicked on the Select Worker button, the system will present you with the range of aligned workers, each carefully matched to meet the customer's preferences. It's an exciting moment where we get to handpick the perfect fit of our customer's need. So here you can see that we only have one applicant that actually fit the worker's preferences. Here we have the worker's number. This is the stock number actually. Here we have the worker's name, the nationality, the passport number, the gender, the social status. Here we have the experience of this worker, and here we have the age. So before finalizing the selection, there is a crucial step to ensure customer satisfaction. As an employee, at first, you need to send the worker's CV to the customer for approval. This is an essential part of the process, allowing the customer to review the worker's qualifications and ensure that they meet their expectations. So once the customer approves the CV, you are all set to make the selection. Simply click on this selection button right here. This action initiates the official recruitment process, bringing us to one step closer to providing our customers with a skilled and well-matched worker. And here comes the beauty of our streamlined system. After you have made the selection by clicking on the Select button, the system automatically updates the status from processing to worker is selected, as you can all see. This automated transition is incredibly beneficial, providing users with a clear distinction between the stages of the processes. Now we will shift our focus to the external office perspective. As the external office responsible for worker export, our next crucial step is to review and approve the selected worker. To do this, we navigate back to the status of the recruitment request and then we click on it. A pop screen appears presenting us with key information including the customer's details and the selected worker information. And here at the top, as you can all see, you will notice several buttons, each serving a distinct purpose. So let's explore them one by one. Before delving into a step-by-step explanation of these features, it's important to note that these icons are visible to the system administrator and certain employees based on their assigned permissions. The visibility of specific icons is tailored to the roles and responsibilities of the users, allowing for more control management of the recruitment procedures. So basically, this customization ensures a more flexible and organized workflow, aligning with the levels of the employees, whether they belong to the internal or the Saudi office, in other words, or they belong to the external and foreign offices, provided they have the relevant permissions. So now let's proceed to explore each icon and its functionality in more detail. At first, we have Request Log. So this button opens the request log, providing a comprehensive overview of the entire recruitment process. It highlights the dates of transitions between different status and actions taken by the users. And this feature is very beneficial for tracking the history of the recruitment request. Afterwards, we have something called Cancel Request. So this button is a powerful tool it's typically reserved for decision makers. It allows them to cancel the entire recruitment request. However, it's important to note that employees can only use this function if granted authority by the manager. And then here, we have something called Request Cancel Request. This button is utilized when an employee wishes to cancel the recruitment request. So upon clicking a request to cancel, the request is generated. Decision makers later, they can review the request, allowing them to understand the reason behind the cancellation request before making the decision. Also here we have cancel worker selection. This is also very similar to the cancel request. Only decision makers have the full control over the cancellation thing. The last thing that we have is the request cancel worker selection. This button is crucial for cases where the selected worker backs out. So the external office can use this to request the Saudi office to cancel the worker selection. It streamlines the process and ensures smooth communication between offices. So as the external office, the next step is to provide our approval. It's basically like a green light for both to the Saudi office and our external dispatch operations to proceed. So when we overview all the informations, and you can see also here that the worker's number and Musanid and the acceptance date are generated for you automatically because it directly reflected from the worker's profile. It's going to appear here to you. So as we finish overviewing all the information, you need to click on the external dispatch office approval. So by taking this action, we communicate to the Saudi office that we have officially approved the request, and this approval serves as the crucial, like a crucial communication for both offices to seamlessly continue with the recruitment processes. You can see here that the status has changed automatically. Allocation request approved by the external dispatch office. So this streamlined communication ensures that everyone is on the same page, fostering efficiency and collaboration between the Saudi and the external office. Back at the Saudi office perspective, after the external dispatch office has granted approval for the worker selection, our next responsibility is to update the request status. So to do this, again, you need to click on the status itself, and this will open up a new screen where we can proceed with essential updates. So at this stage, our task is to upload both customer and worker information into the external Musanid platform. And of course, you need to establish a link between them. This linkage is crucial for maintaining a seamless workflow between our Saudi office and the external dispatch office. Once linked, we need to upload two essential pieces of information. We have the external Musanid's contract number and the external Musanid's contract date. Additionally, there is an optional field labeled a transmittal request date. You can notice that this field is not mandatory, but it becomes relevant in specific cases. For instance, when dealing with an external office from Philippines, specific procedures might need to be followed, and the transmittal request date could play a role in that process. You can notice that the external office, which is White Diamond, is a Filipino office. So you need to submit the transmittal letter to the Migrant Workers Office, which is MWO. And you need to know that procedures might vary from country to country. So let's upload any random informations here so we can continue with updating the request status accordingly. Here, external Musanid's contract number. Let's go and put any contract number. Afterwards, we need to upload the contract date. Let's go and choose any date from this calendar. And then here you can see that the transmittal request date is optional, so we're gonna leave it. And then once all these information are uploaded, the final step is to click on preparing the request for external dispatch office. So this action signifies that the request is ready for the next phase in the external dispatch office. Here you can see that the status has changed. Request proceed by external dispatch office. So as we shift our focus back to the external office, the next critical step in the recruitment process involves obtaining approval from the foreign embassy. To facilitate this, click on the request status to gain an overview of the next status update required. So at this stage, the external office is tasked with submitting the application to the embassy for approval. Once the embassy approval is secured, the external office must immediately update the status. This is very essential for keeping the Saudi office informed of the progress, ensuring transparency and enabling timely updates to the customer if they inquire about their requests. So to accomplish this, you need to upload the foreign embassy approval date. This marks the date when the embassy grants its approval. So let's go and choose any random date, for example, day number 2. And here, this is done after choosing the date that we want from this calendar. So after successfully uploading this information, click on the foreign embassy approval button. This action updates the status and signals that the embassy approval is secured. And we can see here the request status. It's now foreign embassy approved. So as a Saudi office, it's time for us to take charge once again and continue our proactive role in the recruitment process. To do this, we will click on the request status again. And at this stage, we will specifically be seeking confirmation about the approval date from the embassy. So by requesting confirmation about the embassy approval date, we ensure that all information is accurate and up to date. This meticulous approach is crucial in maintaining a transparent and reliable workflow. So now we will be requesting the external dispatch office for the confirmation of the approval date. So let's go and choose today's date, and then here request approval external dispatch office. And now you can see that the status here has changed. Approval requested from the external dispatch office. As we return to the external office perspective, it's time to check the request status once again. Here, we observe that the Saudi office has initiated a request for confirmation regarding the MPC approval date. And as part of our collaborative efforts, it's our responsibility to respond immediately. So we will be clicking on the status itself. Afterwards, we need to review the request. And then we will provide the necessary information about the MPC approval date. This step is crucial in maintaining transparent communication between the Saudi office and the external office. So here, when you click on this field, you need to choose the date of the approval. So we will be choosing any random date. And then we will be clicking on the approval from external dispatch office. Note that in all stages, you have these options which is about getting back to the previous status. This actually happens in certain circumstances. So after uploading the date, we will be clicking on approval from external dispatch office. So by updating the status, it ensures that everyone is aligned with the latest development in the recruitment process. We can see here that the external dispatch office approved. So when the Saudi office review the request status of this request number, they will get all the information that they have requested for. So we will continue with our responsibility as an external office. We will click back here on the status itself. And as external office with the MPC approval in hand, we need to proceed to the next crucial step in the recruitment process. And this step involves submitting the necessary documentation and information to the Ministry of Labor for their approval, obviously. So this phase is significant as it ensures compliance with labor regulations and secure the official endorsements required for the deployment of the worker. So here also, when you click on this field, you need to upload the date of the request. So we will be choosing this date. And then here we will click on the request for approval from the Ministry of Foreign Labor. So here, when you get back to the table, you can see that the status is approval requested from the Ministry of Foreign Labor. So whenever the Saudi office or the external office or review the status, it means that we're still waiting for the Ministry of Foreign Labor to approve on our application. Also, a key aspect to highlight in our recruitment process is that the system is designed to provide access for updating request status based on roles. Whether you are a Saudi or an external office, your access is tailored to specific stages of the recruitment process. For instance, as a Saudi office, the system grants you access to update certain stages that are related to your responsibilities. This streamlined approach ensures that users have access to information relevant to their roles, contributing to an organized and efficient workflow. This also goes for the external office. They will have access to update specific request status, aligning with their responsibilities. And the responsibilities, of course, relate to the recruitment process. It's worth noting that at certain stages, the external office may be actively involved in updating 2 to 4 request status continuously. This dynamic involvement ensures that the process moves forward seamlessly and that all clients or all customers are well informed. So, as the external office, our journey through the recruitment process involves another pivotal update to the request status. After submitting the application to the Ministry of Labor and securing their approval, our next step is to record this achievement. So we need to navigate to the request status and put the date of the approval from the Foreign Ministry of Labor. Here we will be choosing this date, for example. And then we will be clicking on the Foreign Ministry of Labor approval. So here, the Saudi office will be informed that the Ministry of Foreign Labor has approved on the application itself. We can see approval granted by the Ministry of Foreign Labor. So this crucial piece of information signals the successful clearance of another regulations related to the recruitment process. It's essential for keeping all involved parties, including the Saudi office, well informed about the progress. Now, as a Saudi office, we have reached a significant milestone in the recruitment process. With all necessary clearances obtained from the external company, our next responsibility is to submit the application to the Saudi embassy. This step involves carefully preparing and presenting the application to the embassy, ensuring compliance with all regulations and documentation requirements. It's a pivotal and essential moment that brings us closer to the final stages of the recruitment journey. So here we need to upload the date on which we have sent this documentation or this application. We will be choosing this date and then send to Saudi embassy. So after updating this status, the external office will be aware of the updates and that we have sent all the documentation to the Saudi embassy. So, and also as a Saudi office, our responsibility extends to the delegation of the application to the appropriate authorities and the completion of the associated fees. To accomplish this, we leverage a governmental platform designed to facilitate this process efficiently. Here we can see that we have three fields. We have the delegation number, electronic delegation payment date, and the electronic delegation cost. And here we have issuing a payment voucher for delegation. We have created this button so as a user you can directly upload the payment voucher. No need to go to other section and upload the payment voucher from there. So you need to know that the delegation process involves the careful submission of the application to the relevant governmental authorities, ensuring that all required documents are included and compliance is maintained. So you can know that the payment of fees is handled through the designated platform, streamlining the financial aspects of the recruitment journey. So after making the delegation of the recruitment application, the first thing that we need to do is to issue a payment voucher for the delegate. So when you click on this button, the system will automatically transfers you into the payment voucher form. And you can see that the system has already helped you with the basic information. It shows the bond type, the request type. Here we have the request identifying the customer. And here we have the expense type. So the list is so easy for the user to complete. Here we have, let's go and choose bank transfer as a payment method. And here we will be choosing Riyadh Bank. You can see that the debit account has appeared to us automatically. And here we have the credit account. Here we need to upload the amount, which is 200, for example. Okay, we're gonna put it without any tax. And here you can see that the description has already generated for us automatically. After making sure that all the informations here are accurate and correct, we click on this create button. And by that, you have already established a payment voucher for the delegation that you have made for your recruitment application. And then here you can see that this button of establishing a payment voucher has disappeared because we've already uploaded one. Now we need to continue with uploading the informations related to the delegation. The delegation number, you can find it within the same form after paying. So let's go and choose any random number in here. Okay. And then here, the electronic delegation payment date, we will be choosing this date. And the electronic delegation cost, we will go for 200. Afterwards, we need to update the status, and here we need to click on the delegate ratification requested. After that, you can see the status that will change here in seconds. Delegate ratification request completed. After successfully receiving the approval for the delegation, our next imperative as the Saudi office is to immediately update this crucial information within the system. This ensures that both the Saudi office and the external office are on the same page and will inform about the progress of the recruitment process. So here, when you click on the status itself, you need to input the relevant details, including the date of approval and any additional information required. This meticulous step not only maintains transparency, but also contributes to a well-coordinated and efficient workflow. So here we have delegate ratification approval date. We will be choosing this date, and then we will update the status and click on delegate ratification approved. So here we can see that the status have already changed, delegate ratification approved. Now we need to shift our focus back to the external office. We have just been informed of the approval from the Saudi side regarding the delegation. Now our responsibility is to update the system with 3 crucial pieces of information. Firstly, we need to input the date of uploading the medical analysis. This step is essential as it signifies that the necessary health assessments have been conducted and the results have been documented. So we will be choosing this date. After that, secondly, we have to update the date of the visa application. This ensures that everyone involved is aware of the key milestones in the visa processing stage. We will be choosing this date. Lastly, we have this button. It's about the Saudi MPC stamping. So at this stage, the external office has successfully obtained the stamping of the Saudi MPC on the worker's passport. It's imperative to upload this stamped passport information into the system. So this action confirms that the passport is officially endorsed for travel and to work in Saudi Arabia. So whenever you click on that button, the system will automatically transfers you into the Saudi MPC seal form where you need to upload the informations. Here we have the name of the company, the name of the worker. Here you need to upload the medical encoding date on INJAZ. Let's go and choose this date. All of these are just an example and random dates. Medical encoding codes, let's go for 400. The currency, let's go for dollars. All these are just fake numbers, okay? And here we have the encoding date on INJAZ. You can notice that most of the fields here are not mandatory. If you want to upload them, it's up to you. And if you don't want to, it's fine. But for a comprehensive record, we will be uploading everything. Here we have the submitting passport date to the MPC. The external office, of course, must do all that and must fill in all these informations. Receiving passport date from the MPC from the same date. And here the stamping image. The stamping image is where the employees in the external office, after receiving the stamp on the worker's passport, they need to scan it and then upload it to the system. Afterwards, we're gonna press create. So when you get back to the status itself, you can notice that the button of uploading the Saudi MPC stamping has disappeared because we have already uploaded the stamping there. So here we have the date of uploading medical analysis and the visa application. After making sure that all these information are accurate, we click on the submission of medical analysis and visa application. And then here we have the status, medical analysis and visa application submitted. And as an external office, we will continue with updating this request. We will click on the request itself, and here we need to upload the visa image and the date of issuing that visa. So we will be choosing here any random picture. This is just an example. Okay, and the date of issuing that visa, we will be choosing this date. Let's get back to January, like that. Okay, and then we click on visa issuance. This is very essential and very important. So both parties or both offices can be informed that the visa has been issued for the applicant. And here we have that the visa issued. So now we will shift back to the Saudi office, and after following the issuance of the visa for the worker, as you can all see, the request status in here is visa issued. The next crucial step is to initiate the process of securing a flight ticket for the applicant. To accomplish this, we navigate back to the status itself. We click on it to initiate a request for the flight ticket. And you can see that upon clicking, a screen appears allowing us to upload the date of the ticket request. So we will be choosing any random date from the small calendar. In addition, the arrival city field, which was initially identified during the recruitment request, is pre-filled, as you can all see. And here we have the arrival city, which is Jeddah. So now our responsibility is to specify the destination arrival, typically an airport based on the information provided. And we can see that the destination arrival has already appeared to us automatically because Jeddah has only one airport, which is King Abdulaziz International Airport. So after making sure that all these informations are correct, we click on the flight ticket request. After that, we will browse the change that has happened on the status itself. Flight ticket is requested. So once this information is submitted, the external office equipped with the details proceeds to book the flight ticket accordingly. And this collaborative process ensures that all logistical aspects, including travel arrangements, are efficiently managed. As the external office, upon checking the latest update on the request status, we observe that the Saudi office has formally requested a flight ticket for the worker. To proceed with this request, we click back on the status itself so we can enter the necessary information for the flight ticket. So let's begin within the first field, which is arrival from. You can notice that it's pre-filled with the origin, which is, in this case, from Philippines, since we are recruiting from there. Now we need to proceed to fill in the remaining fields related to the flight ticket information. Here we have the arrival date, arrival time, the flight number, the airline, and you can see here the airport is already identified because the Saudi office is the one who is responsible to identify the airport. So here we have add airline ticket. So basically, as a user, you have two options. You either click on add airline ticket and you upload the informations of the booked flight ticket for the applicant, or you go to the workers procedures subsection and then search for the international airline ticket and you upload the informations directly from there. But we made it easier for the user and we have created this button. So when you click on add airline ticket, the system will transfer you automatically to the form. So all you have to do is to upload the necessary informations. Here we have the air ticketing booking office. Let's go for Manila Ticketing Agency. Here we have the default currency of the recruitment agency. Here we have the costs. Let's go and choose 500. This is just an example and it's a fake number, obviously. The flight departure date. Let's go and choose today's date. And the flight departure time. Let's go and choose any random date from this drop-down list. It will contain all the times. And here we have the carrier airline. Let's go for example, Saudi Airline. And here you need to upload the flight number. Let's go and choose SV7789. This is just like fake numbers. And here we have the takeoff country, which is Philippines. You can see that these fields are not mandatory, they're optional, but it would be great to upload them to ensure a comprehensive record of the booked flight. Here we have the takeoff city, which is Manila, the capital of Philippines. The flight arrival date here onto Jeddah. Let's go and choose tomorrow. The flight arrival time. You can choose any random flight time. Of course, I'm just putting and uploading random dates and random data. But of course, when you get the flight ticket itself, you need to upload the same information as in the tickets. Here we have the carrier airline, the flight number, arrival country, arrival city. These are used in the case if there's a transit for the applicant. Maybe it's the applicant is not coming directly from Manila to Jeddah. Maybe at first they're going to Dubai at first, and then from Dubai to Jeddah. It depends on the one who's actually booked the flight ticket for the applicant. And here we have the ticket image. It's important, so we will be upload any random picture. Afterwards, after making sure that all these informations are accurate, we click on this create button to initiate the process of adding the flight ticket. And when we get back to the status itself, we can see that the informations here have been already pre-filled. Here we have the arrival date, the arrival time, the flight number, the airline itself. So now we click on the flight ticket reservation. So here we can see the status, flight ticket is booked. This is very essential. So both Saudi office and the external office must update the status immediately when they do any action. So now the Saudi office will be informed that the external office has already booked a flight ticket for the applicant. And now, as the Saudi office, we assume full control over updating the request status as the external office duties in this regard have concluded. Now, as we progress further in the recruitment journey, a crucial update awaits us. So in the case if the worker has arrived into Saudi Arabia, when we need to update the request status. So when we click on the status itself, we will be presented with two distinct options. We have received worker from the airport and worker has not been received. So if you receive the worker from the airport, this option is selected when the worker has successfully arrived and we have received her from the airport. It signifies the completion of the travel leg of the recruitment journey. Worker has not been received. Alternatively, if there are any unforeseen circumstances or delays, we select this option. It indicates that the worker has not yet been received, allowing us to manage and address any issues promptly. So in this example, we will be choosing received worker from the airport, and we need to upload the receiving date. Let's go and choose the day, today's date, and received worker from the airport. This is very crucial because we need to update the request status so the external office can have updates that we have already we have already received the worker and she is safe and sound and all that. So here we have the request status, worker received from the airport. As we move forward in updating the request status after receiving the worker from the airport, we encounter two possible scenarios that require our attention. So we will click back on the status itself and browse the two scenarios that we might face. Here we have two options or two buttons: clients received worker and move worker to accommodation. So in this scenario, the client is present on the same date of the worker's arrival. The client comes to our office and the worker is handed over to them directly. This signifies a prompt and straightforward process of connecting the worker with the client. The next scenario, which is move worker to the accommodation. In this case, it means that the client is unable to come to the same day as the worker's arrival. As a solution, we take the worker to our accommodation, facilitates and ensure that the worker is comfortable until the client arrives the next day. This hosting allows us to take care of the worker's needs and ensure smooth transition when the client arrives to receive their worker. So in this example, we will be choosing the first scenario where the client is present and the office to receive their worker. Our next step involves updating the request status with some essential information. But before finalizing the worker's handover, we need to establish a formal record by filling out a specific form. Here, as you can all see, we have the small table, the report name that will immediately appear to you, which is worker delivery form to customer. So when you click on it, the system will transfer you automatically to the form itself. You can notice that most of the informations are pre-filled. Here we have this form actually serves as a crucial document indicating informations like customers' informations, workers' informations, and so on. But here we have two left fields that must be uploaded by us, which is Saudi mobile number for the worker. As a Saudi office, we must give the worker a new mobile number. So basically, it's our responsibility. After giving the worker a new mobile number, we need to upload the mobile number here on the system. In the case if we want to check up on the applicant every once in a while, this will ensure a very smooth communication between the Saudi office and the worker, and even the external office in the case if they want to check up on the worker or their family or whatever. So let's go and choose any random number. And here the time and date delivery. This is where we need to indicate at which time the customer has came to our office to take the applicant. So let's go and choose today's date, and here you can choose the time, and then we will press done. After that, we're gonna click on the save button. And now you can see the changes that happened here in our small table. Here the system will provide you with the date, the employee, which is the user who generated the worker delivery form to the customer. Here we have the date, and here we have the time. So all you have left to do is to print the form itself. After you print it, you give it to the client so they can put their signature on it. After that, you need to upload the form itself in the system with their signature, obviously. So we will be choosing any random file in here and then apply changes. So now we can actually update the status accordingly, and we can put clients received the worker. This after updating the status to the client received the worker, it means that even the external office can browse the request status and can be relieved and make sure that everything is going according to the recruitment plan, and the worker now is with their selected client. And here we can see the request status, worker handed over to client. So as part of final steps in the recruitment process after handing over the worker to the client, our next crucial task is to update the request status by confirming the arrival date of the applicant. Basically, this information is obtained from the Musanid platform, where all the necessary details about the recruitment process are stored. So here we have the date confirmation arrival. So let's go and choose for example, this date, okay, and then confirm access from Musanid platform. And here we came to the final stage of updating the requests. Here we have confirm access from Musanid platform is done. So as we near the completion of the recruitment process, the final update on the request status involves closing the recruitment request. Clicking on the status itself, we select close request option. This option marks the formal conclusion of the recruitment journey. In the closing screen, when the foreign office serving as the source for workforce is an affiliated office, we observe in this example that the invoice for the foreign office is 0. This is because we haven't entered the cost in the settings for the foreign office. So basically, if the cost is added, it will be immediately reflected, and upon closing the request, an invoice will be generated directly for the foreign office in the accounting section under invoices. So upon selecting close request, the system seamlessly transition you to establish the supplier invoice. This step is instrumental in finalizing the financial aspects of the recruitment process, ensuring that all transactions and payments are accurately documented. So here we need to add the financial aspects or numeric data. Here we can choose the currency, it's dollars, the product or the service, let's go for 2,000, the exchange rate, and the system will calculate everything. After making sure of all the financial aspects and numeric data, we click on close the request button. And here, with the completion of everything, we officially conclude the recruitment request. As you can all see, closed and warranty period, marking a successful and well-coordinated effort between the Saudi office and the external office. So another noteworthy feature in our system is that after closing the request status is marked as closed within warranty. The system then calculates a 90-day warranty period. After that, it will automatically changes to the status closed outside warranty. This functionality ensures that the request status is accurately updated, reflecting its progression within or outside the warranty period after closure. So also the system incorporates notifications and alerts, including options for sending text messages, emails, or WhatsApp messages. Among these, we have the ability to select automated notification to be sent to the client, updating them on the status of their request. This feature allows users to choose the notification method and the specific status, triggering an alert to the client, ensuring that notifications are sent automatically without any manual intervention. So basically, this automated notification system enhances communication and keeps the client informed of the request progress seamlessly. So now we will proceed to the second integral subsection of the recruitment request, which is Recruitment Request Follow-Up. And then we will be demonstrating the rest of these subsections. Here we have Transfer of Sponsorship Request, Leasing Request, and Request Report. Note that the leasing request subsection will be demonstrated in a separate video where we will be demonstrating its key functionalities and features. So now let's give a quick overview of the recruitment request follow-up. Basically, after submitting a recruitment request for any client, the subsection holds paramount importance, allowing users to track and monitor all information and details associated with the recruitment request. So this subsection, it provides the user with the capability to observe the developments of their request comprehensively and gain insights into its current status. So we will review all the functions and tools available in the follow-up request. So basically, we can consider this subsection to empower the user in managing operations more effectively and achieving effective communication with the clients and external offices. So let's proceed with an in-depth review of these functions for a more clear understanding. In the Recruitment Request Follow-Up subsection, decision makers and users gain direct visibility into every aspect of the recruitment journey for a specific request. This encompasses not only include operational aspects, but also delves into the financial realm. So this powerful tool is divided into 4 distinct parts. Here we have basic information, financial information, request status, and contracts and forms. So let's begin with giving a quick overview of each part. So the basic information part provides a comprehensive overview of the fundamental details related to recruitment requests, clients' informations, and workers' informations also. So basically, decision makers can access a snapshot of the request's basic information. So here at first we have the request data. All the essential and main request data will be presented here for you. The visa type, visa number, the request type, informations about the delegation, about the worker here, and so on. So if you want to hide these informations, all you have to do is to click on this arrow and it's going to be hidden for you. Let's browse the next part, which is the workers data. All the essential information about the worker is going to appear here to you. The worker name, here we have the stock number, nationality, here we have the occupation, religion, and so on. You can notice that we have this button, which is add iqama, or we can say it in other words, the residency visa. Basically, after handing over the worker to the client, after a period of time, the client must establish a residency visa or iqama for this applicant. So when the client achieve that, they need to send us the iqama information so we can upload these informations on the system. Also here, we have this part, which is the notes. Any additional notes, any important notes that the decision makers must have a direct look on. As an employee, I need to upload them here, whether it was a document, a picture, or just a text. Also here we have the records of recruiters. This will show you detailed information about the worker who selected the applicant and the employee who selected the applicant and who continue with updating all the request status. And then here in this, on the right part, we have the customer's data. All the necessary information about the customer's data will appear here to you. Here we have their names in Arabic and in English, the ID number. Here we have the identification image. Also here we have informations related to their national address. And here we have additional attachments. Any additional attachments, certificate, PDF, Excel, or anything that is important to be uploaded, the employee must upload it right here by clicking on Add Attachment. And here, the last thing that we have is the workers' procedures attachment. Here we have 2 attachments for this worker: Saudi embassy stamping and international airline ticket. So the basic information is very beneficial for the employees and the decision makers to have a very direct look on each request. So now let's move to the financial information. This part alights on the monetary aspects tied to the request. So decision makers can track costs, payment vouchers, receipt vouchers, and so on. So, and any financial transactions, of course, related to the recruitment process. So you can see that here we have the financial information. Here we have all the services related to the worker. Here we have the governmental costs, domestic ticket cost, the insurance cost, total, the Musad discount. These informations are related to the customer itself when they submitted the application of the recruiting. Here we have the direct recruitment cost. Here the external recruitment cost. All these informations, you can also find them when you go to the request form itself. But we have made it easier for the user to browse all the aspects in only one subsection. Also here we have the invoices. All the invoices related to this request and to this worker will appear here to you. Obviously, we have a recruitment invoice. So when we start a recruitment journey, we need to establish a recruitment invoice for the customer. And the last step in the recruitment journey is to establish a supplier invoice. This is for the external office. And here we have receipt and payment vouchers. You can browse them with a very direct look. Here we have informations about the voucher, description, the status, and who's the employee who have made these vouchers. And here we have manage request. Here you can recalculate the recruitment period, which starts within the 90 days. Reopen the request. Of course, when you finish the recruitment journey, you need to close the request. There are certain cases where you need to reopen it. And here we have refund. So this is everything about the financial information. Now let's move to the request status. So here we can say that it's about monitoring the status of recruitment requests. It's very essential for informed decision making. This part offers a real-time updates on the request progress, ensuring that decision makers are well informed at every stage. So you can see here that here we have the number of the updated status. Here we have the customer, the company, from status to status, the procedure date, the user who have made all these updates, and here we have the dates. So this is very beneficial and crucial for decision makers and also for employees, so they can track every aspect of the recruitment journey. The last thing that we have is the contracts and form. This is where you can access contracts and forms associated with the recruitment request. We can say that decision makers can review and manage all necessary documentation efficiently. The only form that we have is the worker delivery form to customer. This one is done because we have already handed over the worker to the customer. We still have these forms that we didn't use yet for this request specifically. So this is everything about the recruitment request follow-up. And here also we have, when you look at the top, the recruitment duration is 90 days. The company here, Kingdom. Here is the name of the number of the request. The request status now is closed, and it happens since 12 days. So this is everything about the recruitment request follow-up subsection. Thank you for watching this tutorial video on the Golden Cloud recruitment system. If you found the information valuable and would like to stay updated on more tutorials and insights, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. If you have any additional questions or inquiries, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also contact us through the provided numbers in the description. We value your feedback and we are here to assist you. Stay tuned for future guides where we will continue exploring and optimizing your recruitment processes with Golden Cloud recruitment system. Your success in recruitment is our top priority. Thank you for choosing Golden Cloud, and we look forward to being part of your recruitment journey.